You would think, being a professional fishing guide for so long, that my family would have the opportunity to go fishing a lot. And I think if you asked any guide, especially a full-time repetitive guide that fishes tournaments and has repeat clients, they would tell you the same thing, that you don't get the time to fish with your family that often. You know, I spend 270 plus days on the water a year with people besides my family for a job. And on those few days you get off, it's not the first thing you want to do, being a professional fisherman, is go fishing. But I do cherish the moments that I get to take my kids or my wife, because those are special times. Those are the times away from the hustle and bustle of the everyday life. The phones are off, you're not answering emails, there's no blare of the TV in the background. In today's instance, just me and my daughter, away from the hustle and bustle, her and I in nature. And you can't replace those times together. Fishing for like 40 years and guiding for 32.
Yeah.
This part of the day, when I'm leaving the dock, I'm always like full of anticipation. I'm excited about, you know, what we're gonna see. And sometimes you quickly get disappointed, but it's always a fun part of the day because you're excited just to see what's getting ready to happen.
Yeah, and I mean, like, in a way you have some kind of expectation, but you know, sometimes.
I usually have a plan.
Yeah.
Sometimes
yeah,
the
but
plan works.
it's exciting because you know what's possible, and then sometimes things you didn't know were possible, you get to see.
That's the even cooler stuff. Let's go see what we see. Kaylee and I have always had a special bond. From the time she was just a little girl, you know, I remember times of taking her in the boat, 2 or 3 years old, little Snoopy rod, catching snappers. She was convinced for a while that she could talk to the fish, because we'd catch a grunt and it'd be making a little noise, and she'd talk back to it and it would immediately talk back. Age 5, 6, bundle her up, put her in a tree stand with me or sit on the ground in a ground blind and deer hunt. She would sit there for hours. And in recent years, she's really taken on the desire to become a good fly fisherman. She's never been a person that it's all about the quantity. She wants a quality experience, especially in the outdoors. The harder the challenge is, the more she enjoys it. And I admire the hell out of that, being her dad. I'm gonna pull us down this shoreline, and we're gonna look for them rolling. But as we're going, throw a little bit ahead, and, you know, towards the shoreline.
Yeah.
And as soon as it hits, just pop, 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 pop. It's a little popper fly.
Okay.
Makes a little noise. You'll see 30 to 50 pounders, and most of them are 5 to 15. When you get a bite, to strip strike, which you do that anyway.
Yeah.
You don't lift the rod.
Why is that important?
Because the fly is buoyant.
Yeah.
And when the fish comes up to eat it, they push water ahead of their face, you know, and they try to eat that fly hard. They're trying to really attack it. So sometimes they blow the fly out of their mouth. If you just keep stripping, he'll eat it again.
Okay.
If you snatch the rod back, you jerk it out of the zone and it's over. You start making some casts there.
Just
pick a spot, throw it in there. It doesn't have to be.
like you want it
a little
in there?
tighter. A little tighter to the trees. Yeah, that's good. You don't have to strip it all the way back. Just strip it like 5 feet and then throw it to a new spot. Good. Pick up and go again. Most of the time they're going to hit it close to the trees.
Oh.
Roll cast. Okay, bring your rod back right like that. Roll cast up and snatch it back. You might have set the hook.
Sorry.
So when you get in there, and that's what most people would do, is they try to snatch it immediately, and that sets the hook. If you don't get tight to it and then do the roll cast trick, it usually comes out.
All right. What's so great about fly fishing is the entire experience itself. It's not just catching the fish, but it's spotting the fish, casting to it, making sure the fly's in the right place, trying to get them to eat it. And finally when they go for that eat, stripping and setting the fly, and then fighting them and getting them to the boat. The entire thing is what I love about it.
She decided this is what I want to do. She started practicing daily. Now she's fishing in ladies' tarpon fly tournaments, which, you know, fishing gets some of the best female anglers in the world. And from a guide's perspective, I fish in those tournaments. My whole career has been around fishing some of the best anglers in the biggest tournaments. And now to see my daughter being able to compete and do the same thing that I do. She's on the opposite end of the boat, but still to have the desire to be competitive and take it to that level is so much fun. Every day we go fishing now, she's getting better and better, and with each experience, her knowledge is expanding. Good. Work that zone there. You can do it just a little bit less aggressive. Just make it kind of go blip, blip, blip. Nice cast. Heard something.
You gonna try to do any hunting stuff?
Yeah, at some point.
Besides fishing, my dad and I love to bow hunt together. Probably around 13, 14, I told my dad I wanted to learn how to bow hunt. So he took me and we got my first compound bow. There on out, that's all I've really ever done since I was like 14 years old is bow hunt. That's primarily what we're doing. Either we're fly fishing or we're bow hunting together. That challenge, just like with fly fishing, that's what really interests me.
Definitely saw one blow up. Yeah, they're up there in that cove. One rolled, another one rolled. Did you see that?
That one on the corner there?
Yeah, huh? I'm gonna ease you up there real slow.
To that corner?
Uh-huh. There's a group there.
Okay.
See another one rolled?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need to lead them a lot. Like those just rolled. If they roll in right, just put it barely right of them. You don't need to lead them like 5 feet or anything.
Okay.
And as soon as the fly hits, try to have it moving.
There's definitely an art to when you're casting and the way you have to move the fly. You don't always have to be the most beautiful caster. As long as you get it there and make that fly move a certain way, you'll likely catch a fish. But what's important is the way that fly is moving. You got to make it look like the real thing. Otherwise, they're just going to look at that and be like, forget that.
Go again.
When they hit, I so want to just like slam them with it,
Like
you know?
blow their fins off?
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
What do you do when they jump?
Right tip up now, put a bend in the rod. There you go. That's a micro.
Little baby.
Mm-hmm. Okay, don't move around a lot. I'll help you there 1 second.
All right.
That's a badass little tarpon right there.
So crazy how big they get.
I mean, but they look just like the giants.
Identical, you know? I know.
Hi, buddy. Good job. Let me check your leader. Once you feel the tightness,
Yeah.
then you can kind of put a bend in the rod.
Got it.
You know, once you feel that. It's a popular sport, fly fishing in saltwater and sight fishing. But in the scheme of things, in the fishing world in general, it's probably one of the smallest genres of fishing that there is, because it's hard. You don't just pick up a fly rod, go out there and start sniping fish that you're seeing. It takes work. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of casting. It takes a lot of time on the water to learn the different skills, stripping the fly, where to cast the different fish, the way they're angled. If I can say one thing about my whole family, but Kaylee especially, is we all have persistence. We do not like to fail. For lack of a better word, we get pissed when we fail. But rather than pouting about it, we use that as fuel to want to get better and keep going. There he goes.
That was cool.
Not every day you catch a 6-inch snook or a 5-inch snook. I think our best bet is let's crank it up. We'll run to the outside flats and go sight fish.
All right.
All right?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, we're out of here.
I never see the snook until they're cruising off.
Drop it. Strip that. Go again, just barely right. Strip that. Strip. Nice snook.
What do I do?
Just let him get on the reel or strip if he comes back to you. Keep stripping. Good job. It's a nice snook, okay? Sight fishing. Hell yeah. Way to go. Well, he garbaged that thing.
Well, he's a little bigger than the one earlier.
I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could have eaten that one.
Now I need a redfish.
Strip that. Strip. Get him on the reel if you can.
Okay. Just trying to stay tight to him.
Yeah, stay tight.
I will. Trust me.
It's been a frustrating morning with those suckers, huh?
Woo.
Don't worry, Dad. I'm gonna stay real tight. Pull your line from the water.
Uh-huh.
Pull it to the left around you so you can pull the fish around the right side. It's super
Okay.
shallow over here.
Okay.
Got you a redfish.
Woo. Finally.
Yeah, look at that, how he ate it.
I know.
All those other fish come up nipping at the fly, not eating, and
He
this
just
one garbages
sucked
it.
that down.
Good job, Kaylee. All right. Dang.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Let's catch another one.
Got lots more tide, lots more day left. Let's still go do it. Yep, strip that. Longer strips. Keep stripping. Keep stripping. Keep stripping. Strip, 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 strip. Good job. Just hold what you got for a minute and I'll. That's all right. You're good. This one's a little more silver looking.
Looks to be about same size. Maybe a little
A
smaller.
little smaller, maybe. We don't care.
I don't care. Heck,
Oh, that's another redfish.
he's awesome.
Very nice, very nice.
That was quite a bit of action.
Well, we've been seeing the same amount of action. We just hadn't had the shots.
But all those fish didn't really seem to like book it out.
They
of
weren't
there.
assholes. Yeah. I came to my secret spot. Heard something. Sounded like a bite. Right there to your left. Right here to your left. Point your rod. Right. A little bit. Right there. Start throwing. A little bit right and drop it. Strip it. Strip. Keep stripping. He's on you. Keep stripping it. Stop it. Strip it. Pick up and put the fly back on him. He's going to the right. That was it. Nice, but good try. He was all over you. All I can say, when you get a fish, when you get a fish that's following and won't eat, so you were pretty repetitive with the stripping. It was like pop, 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 pop. Stop it, and then bump it hard. Like stop, pop, 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 pop. Like make that fly jump around. You could talk them sometimes into eating.
Okay. Like a reaction.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there's a tailor right here in front of you at 1 o'clock. Very close. No, forehand cast.
Forehand, okay.
You see him? Right there, facing left. Drop it.
I see him now.
Strip. Stop it. Strip it. Hit him. That was perfect friggin' stripping.
That was freaking awesome.
You talked him into biting it. You saw how he like.
I did.
He saw it, and then when you did that pop, he just said, I ain't getting away.
This one's really
Good job.
energetic. That was cool.
Very good angling there.
Thank you.
They always run under the boat because they see the shadow. They think it's a mean of escape, you know?
That was awesome.
Good little redfish too for us. So when they spook, like they'll make that noise. You'll hear it. Go, bop, 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 bop. And if there's any other fish around there, they know it's like
out.
yeah. It's like their communication.
Wow.
Bam, bam, bam. Now we're gelling. Her and I are a team. It is a team sport. That's what's so cool about it. I'm polling her. We're both hunting for fish. We're both looking for fish. I have to put her in a position, and then it's up to her to make the cast. Without me putting her in position, it ain't gonna work. Without me putting her in a position and her being able to make the cast, it's not gonna work. So it's such a cool team sport. And it's just as fun for either one of us, regardless of what end of the boat you're on. Good job. That thing got lit up when he saw that thing.
I did that aggressive strip you told me to do.
It was good work there.
Thank you.
I'll take your picture with this one.
I've never had such a good day back in the Glades. I'm gonna remember this day for the rest of my life.
Today was a proud day for me because she killed it. You know, we had some really tough fishing conditions in the morning. The fish were just not cooperating. We caught a fish, she got a little confidence, and man, it was game on. She was like a sniper on the bow. Strip that. I think he moved. That's right where he was, but I don't think that's him. He was more obvious a minute ago.
Mm-hmm. Oh!
Yeah, I guess that's him.
I knew it! I knew I saw him sitting there. Oh my gosh. How about that freaking bite?
Poof!
Poof! I knew I saw him sitting there.
I gave up on him. I'm glad you didn't.
Like, whatever. Let's try it. That's a nice
That'll
snook.
work. Any snook you catch sight fishing is a good one, you know, because they're really spooky.
Man, that was cool.
Cool.
Thank you. That was awesome.
You know what? I'm having fun too.
Oh my gosh, how could you not be? There's nowhere else like this in the world.
That's a fact. I think one of the highlights for me today, many times today, I saw the fish first. And it's not that I see fish better, I'm higher. You know, I'm on that tall tower over the top of the motor. I do it every day, so I know exactly what I'm looking for. She was seeing fish great, but often I was pointing fish out. I see this snook sliding, and then the fish kind of disappeared. She'd made a couple casts, it didn't work out. I thought the fish was gone. She was convinced she still saw that fish. My mind was already looking for a new fish.
My dad thought that it swam off, and I was like, no, I feel like it's still there. So I made that last cast just to see, like, why not, let's try. And man, he just hit that fly. That was one of the coolest eats I've ever had in my life on a fish.
And I think that was the highlight for me, is that one, she didn't give up, and two, she kind of outfoxed her dad. She knew he was still there. I'd already given up. That was a fun day.
It was awesome.
That was worth the early rise, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I'm going to bed with a smile on my face tonight.
Good. Well, you always keep your flies,
That's right.
so you might as well keep this one.
I will. Put it with the
Remember
rest
the
of
day.
them. I'm going to need that popper too.
From this morning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave the leader on that one.
All right.
It's all you.
Thank you.
Now I gotta go home and tie flies because I got to fish tomorrow with a client. I know there's gonna be a day when we're in a tournament together, not as guide and angler, but she's gonna be guided by somebody else, and I'm gonna have an angler that's not related to me because they don't allow that in the tournaments. And that's gonna be a bittersweet moment because I'm as competitive as anybody on this planet. And every tournament I'm in, I'm there for one reason, to win, no matter who I gotta beat to do it. And it's not gonna be different if she's in it. But deep inside, I'm gonna be rooting for her to win it, I think.